Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you're listening to another episode of Attack of the Beats. You got it on IllMuzik.com. I know, it's been a little bit of a stretch there since the last episode, but that's because I've been working hard on the entire site on IllMuzik, trying to make it look really good and stuff. And well, by the time you hear this, you'll know that it looks different. You can see it. I think it looks really good. So I think it's probably the best design ever, because it stretches all the way out. I mean, if you have a big screen, you can really notice the difference. I mean, it just shows everything, but it depends, So I mean, on the laptop it shows everything, so that's fine, But if you're on a big screen, it's like it just looks better, So, but even on a mobile device, whatever, But so unfortunately, because of that, I had to push aside stuff like this, Attack of the Beats, waveforms, and all that. So anyway, here we go. We've got how many we got here? We got 5 beats, and we'll kick it off right away. First up is Benjizo with another classic. Let's check it out.
When you say you're gonna do something, you do it. Because your word is your bond, son. That's all you have.
All right. Okay, so that was Benjizo with another classic. So let me tell you, man, when this beat first starts off, okay, you flip that sample really nice. I was really feeling it right off the bat, and I was like, "This is it. This is the shit." But then you brought those other drums in, man. That ruined it for me. So it's a great sample flip, and I love what you did at the beginning. I mean, they're just nice laid back drums. I'm like, yo, I could really picture some MC on top of this, even something like, I don't know, something like in the Wu-Tang days or something like that. But that's it. I mean, once you brought in those heavy drums, I understand what you're trying to do there. You're trying to bring in the heavy drums because then, like the whole sample, it just sounds like something epic, and that's great. It's just those drums, man. Get rid of those and keep what you had at the beginning, man. And it would be another classic. I mean, that was just really, really good. I really like that. But like I said, it's those drums. I don't know. They just didn't fit with the sample. They were just too thumping, I guess. But I mean, the first drums were great. So if I were you, I'd keep those, man. All right, next up, who we got? We've got. Let's see here. Okay, we've got Huggy HG with Sprinkle It In. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Huggy HG with Sprinkle It In. Okay, so this, what's interesting about this beat is that it's not the traditional hip hop type of style, right? And but I mean, it can definitely work if you got some rapper over it or whatever. And it sounds really good. Everything's just nice and tight. I like the way you transition from one part to the next. You got some nice little change ups in there. It's really good. And I think the main thing for me was the fact that you got stuff recorded in stereo. I mean, and that's fine, but I just think for this sound that you've got going on, it's already like a clean, nice sound, you know what I mean? So like if you got that plus the stereo mix, it's just, to me, it doesn't sound too hip hop, you know what I mean? It's like, because I'm just thinking along the lines of hip hop, you know? 'Cause, I mean, some people on IllMuzik, right, they send in their beats or they upload their beats or whatever to the forum or whatever, and it's like the beats are good, it's just that it's not necessarily hip hop, you know? So I understand some people are experimenting or whatever, you know? So in this case, it sounds really good. I'm really feeling this beat. You did a great job on everything, the drums and all that stuff. But like I said, honestly, I think I would love to hear this if you just recorded everything in mono and, just have it like that. And I think it would just give it more of a grittiness, maybe something like that. In other words, basically, it's just kind of like the beat's a little too clean for my liking. So, but that's just nitpicking. But I really like it. Even like I said, even though it's not really traditional hip hop, still, it's a dope beat. Like I said, you did a great job on it. So thumbs up on that one. All right. So next up, we've got On and Calf with Funka-esque. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was On and Calf with Funka-esque. It sounds kind of familiar. I don't know if you uploaded this already for like one of the other battles or whatever, but it does sound familiar. But yeah, okay, so with this one, right off the bat, it's a nice head nodding beat. Obviously, it's up tempo. It's faster than normal style of hip hop or whatever, but it works. It's I like what you did with the bass line. The whole thing sounds just funky, right? And the drums nice and tight and everything like that. I was kind of expecting, actually, it would just be nice to hear. It was probably around the 50 second mark when you were going in from one bar to the next or something like that. I was expecting to hear something like dun, 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 dun. If you throw in something like that, just to give it some kind of flavor, because it's good when you have the little piano and the guitar, so that sounds good. But I was just expecting, just add something a little extra on that, like dun 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 dun, something like that, something like that, and then maybe some scratches on this would be really good. Some kind of scratches, or if not, just some vocal snippets or whatever. Because I find a lot of guys, they really don't make use of vocal snippets, because this type of beat would be perfect for that. You just throw in some kind of, just grab like a little sentence from some rap song, whatever, and just throw that in there and stuff, and it would be really good on something like this. It's because, like, if you listen to some beats, like especially like old school hip hop, whatever, and they use a lot of James Brown and shit, so you hear a lot of you hear that a lot in a lot of these beats, and just little things like that make a difference. So to me, I think something like that would be perfect on this beat. So, but that's just me, But other than that, I mean, it's a great job. Yeah, thumbs up. All right, so next up we've got Thurls with A Wartime Childhood. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Thurls with A Wartime Childhood. And, this one, I'm really feeling the sample. It's really good. I like that with the strings, violin shit going on and stuff. And the drums were on point. I like them. I like the fact that you're scratching the kick here and there and stuff. That was really good. Little things like that make a difference, so that was good. And but what I did notice, though, was a few times here and there where the sample just cuts off abruptly or comes in abruptly or something. And so I don't know if it was just the sample's too short or whatever. So, but there's a few things you could do to fix that. I've mentioned it many times before on the show. And like you could, for example, speed up the track in order to have that sample fit, or you could just try to do some kind of time stretch on the sample. That's usually the preferred method when you're doing something like that. Or if you want to be a little dirty with it, which I like to do, is just you could take a little part of the beginning or the end or whatever, and just add a slight delay to it. So it's barely noticeable, but you do that, and it'll nicely fill out that space. That space that's missing, that little gap. Just a little bit of not even a second of a gap there, but you need to fill out that space. Sometimes it's okay to have a gap, but in this case, no. So do something like that just to fill out that space, to make sure the sample really blends in all the way. It doesn't just cut off or whatever. So and actually, what I did like the way you transitioned everything. It was nice. You had your change ups and everything. It was really, really good. But actually, I think what would be really good on this would be some horns. Not all the way through, but just, like maybe halfway through, start bringing in some kind of horn or something. I think that'd be really good on this. It would fit that sample pretty well. So try that. Man. All right. So next up, we've got the last one. It's Vase with Lost. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was the last beat. That was Vase with Lost. All right, so in this one, this is really dope. I like this. And at first, I thought it was something wrong or whatever because it was pretty low or whatever. It started coming in nice and smooth and shit. And before the beat even dropped in, I'm nodding my head, right? So that was dope right there. And then when it drops in, I'm like, okay, this is it. This is really, really good, And I did notice with the string samples, even though they're really well done, there's a few that were kind of a little cut off here and there and stuff. Nothing major, but it's noticeable, so you might want to check that. And but other than that, I like the fact that you have the so vocal snippets coming in and out, and so that made a big difference. And also, the main thing is that what a lot of people fail to realize is that they just have a beat. They just have a loop going or something like that. They got like 2, 4, 8 bar loops or whatever. They just keep it going and stuff, and then they change up the loops. But pretty much that's what all the hip hop beats are like or whatever. But you got to make it sound like it's not a loop necessarily. You know what I mean? So, and that's what you did on this one. This is good. I mean, the beat kept moving along, and that's what I always try to tell people. Like, make sure your beat just sounds fluid. It just keeps moving along all the way. You keep the person nodding their head and stuff, because some guys, they do a lot of change ups and all that shit there, and it's good, but sometimes you just don't want to do that. Sometimes it's just not appropriate and stuff. So anyway, with that being said, I was really feeling this beat. Good shit. All right, so that's it for me. These were all good beats this week. I was really feeling them all, man. And so I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Make sure you upload your beats for the next one. I'm going to try to do as many as I can now that I got more time on my hands. Well, even though I'm still pretty busy, but whatever. All right, so that's it. And my favorite beat this week, the winner is, drumroll please, Vase with Lost. Let's check it out.